What's up guys, RaijinCutman here. Shadowbringers is just a little over a month away and the job action trailer was just released. I want to go over the changes to Dark Knight and offer up my opinions of what each new ability and skill could be, what they could entail, and how they could be implemented. I also want to go over how the tank rotation could be, though everything I say in this video is purely speculation and my own thoughts. So take anything I say with, the smallest grains of salt. Also, anything discussed in leaks, I will not be attributing to what I think could and couldn't be part of Dark Knight, though some of the leaks may be true. I want to wait for official information before I fully discuss my thoughts on Dark Knight, though right now my thoughts are very high, even with what's being shown. First, I want to go over the changes to tanking in general. No longer have a DPS stance, so no Sword Oath, no Deliverance. Sadly, to my heart's dismay, no Dark Side. But instead, we get only a tank stance, like in PvP. This tank stance is purely for aggro. Damage received, as well as damage you do, will not be affected by this tank stance. It's just aggro. Which is good and bad, in my opinion. Good, because it lowers the barrier of entry for tanks. More people probably want to tank if they have less to deal with besides just tanking and DPSing. But I feel that's also a negative, because it makes tanks just a DPS that can take a hit. I don't feel like I have a too big problem with this. I hope they don't make tanking too easy. So onward with Dark Knight. So first we see our lovely grit play out, same as always. It's gonna be our new aggro stance. But then the Blackest Night goes off, and this thing is huge. Definitely an AoE Blackest Night. But with it being AoE, does it still have the same numbers? Is it 20% to the tank and 10% to the party, or is it just a set number? Also, does anything happen when the shield is broken, or is it just a raid-wide shield? Do we lose a blood generator? Then we get plunged and unleashed, which are still the same, but then we get a new AoE. Now, my guess is it's a combo for unleashed, like how Total Eclipse and Overpower had a second AoE following them as well. How that's going to factor in the AoE rotation, since Abyssal Drain was the better AoE skill. It might just be Unleashed second AoE instead of just spamming Abyssal Drain. Maybe Abyssal Drain is just for regeneration, maybe. Next is a new skill, Straight Line AoE, that activates the second part of the Dark Knight's job gauge. My guess is this new gauge is the new Dark Side, and will require maintenance throughout an encounter. My guess is that it'll behave like Dark Side, where you are independent on resource regeneration, and that'll be cool. Blood Weapon's still the same. Then we go into Hard Slash, Cyber Strike, and Soul Eater. We'll get followed by a new skill that extends the new Dark Side. Maybe it's an off global. Maybe not. With that, we get into the coolest new ability. Summoning a Dark Avatar that looks quite like a familiar Dark Knight we know. So after he is summoned, he seems to do what he wants, and I can't really figure out how this guy is controlled, or if he even is controlled. He just acts on his own and just attacks. Maybe he has his own set rotation. But the good news is I'll finally be able to tank with my, and that's great. Fires looks the same, as well as Delirium, but then you do Blood Spiller, and the interesting is, it costs no blood, as well as he uses it for a second time. My guess is, Delirium may stop the blood requirement for a short time, giving it a sort of inner release kind of feel. That or Blood Spiller is just a normal attack on the global. And then last but not least, Carve and Spit. Now, there's no Dark Arts in the game, so will it just be doing full damage as well as giving mana? Or just mana? You can hear the regen sound after the attack goes out. So I kinda wanna know. And with that, our boy takes our leave, and that's the end of the Dark Knight's actions, as well as the trailer itself. So my thoughts and opinion? 1. I am mega hyped for the new Dark Knight. Even if it's bad, I'm probably still gonna rock it until I die. 2. I feel like it's relatively gonna play the same as Dark Knight with some new added flair, and way less double weaving considering Dark Arts is the same thing. And 3. I feel like I gotten enough info from just this action showing to get a good estimate of how a rotation would work, unlike some of the other jobs in the trailer. So my guess on how the playstyle is gonna go: 1, you're gonna start like normal with your Blood Weapon or your Assaulted Earth. Then you want to go into this new activating your Dark Side, and possibly using your first set of blood to summon Trey. Then get blood for Delirium to extend your Blood Weapon, and then go wild and Blood Spiller. So I think the priority of blood would be Frey, Delirium, and anything extra would just be Blood Spiller or Quietus, depending on the situation. I want to believe that mana is going to be used for those new attacks to maintain Dark Side buff, as well as Blackest Night. Other than that, Dark Knight's going to be relatively the same. And well, those were my thoughts on the new Dark Knight for Shadowbringers. I'm open to discussion in the comments, as well as if I missed anything, feel free to let me know. I want to make a follow-up video when the Mediator embargo gets lifted, to go into further detail about new Dark Knight. But in the meantime, if you want more Dark Knight action to hold you over until the expansion, feel free to drop by my stream at twitch.tv/Cutman_extreme. I stream every weekday from 5 PM to 10 PM Eastern Time, and the occasional weekend. I appreciate you dropping by. Thanks for watching the video. This is RaijinCutman, and I'll see you in the next video.